I'm not gonna lie, guys. The trope of the whole jacket or coat giving you everything that you ever wanted because of how special it is really gave the We Bare Bears writers inspiration on turning their own version of that story into basically the weapon against the bears, or the horror that it's giving the bears. The bears found the jean jacket that was inside of a dumpster after the sawn sheets were put into the dumpster due to the wind. And after trying out the jean jacket themselves, it gave them good luck, which leads to two songs, I'm an Instigator and This My Squad. This My Squad is a WAP song, and I honestly thought that song was connected to I'm an Instigator, so we get two songs back to back. Truth be told, I'm an Instigator is the song that I remembered out of the two, mainly the fact that I've Got the Piece of Pie lyrics was the lyrics that I remembered the most. In other shows where they do this concept, is always the character who has the jacket gets good luck and there's always a fight. And in this episode, they did this formula, but at the same time, they do this when it comes to the characters fighting in the middle of the episode. They made the choice to get rid of the jacket by putting into the trash not long until someone gave them pizzas for free while also giving them back the jacket. The rest of the episode centers around the bears getting rid of the jacket, but it keeps coming back to them because it's mainly glued to them in a way where it's difficult to let go. And the only solution is to put the jacket back into the dumpster where they found it. The music where the bears go to the dumpster is too dramatic that it's honestly more investing to where they took this route of this coat a lot more differently than what other shows did it. And I really adore that for that reason. While this episode isn't one of the best episodes, it's still one of my favorites for how they handle the execution when it comes to the jacket itself. Truth be told, with the majority of the episode would have been the bears fighting each other, it would have been too predictable with a predictable ending. Truth be told, the remaining minutes of this episode really makes this episode really entertaining in a way where it does a different direction to where I don't think that a cartoon that would handle this formula would do it a lot more better than what this episode did when it comes to having the characters work together in order to get rid of the jacket. And the only solution to get rid of the jacket for real is to wear it and jump inside of the dumpster, which leads to Grace coming out of the dumpster without the jacket on. Honestly, that's sad irony. Well, the bears have to go be in the bottom of the dumps in order to have their lives back to the way they were. And the solution of that is just by going inside the dumpster in order to get rid of the special jacket. You can't be able to avoid anything by flushing the jacket down the toilet, which is probably worse than the dumpster. And the fact that Icebell just tries to throw the jacket out the window, which the wind prevented it. Honestly, I really feel bad for these characters where they have to go through the dumpster, at least one of them, in order to have their lives back to normal. Granted, I still have mixed opinions on that, but bottom line is that they can't be able to avoid being in the bottom of the dumpster to the point that there's no way out. And the solution is what they did in the movie, but then again, you're gonna have to wait until I get the chance to talk about it towards the very end of this Summerpalooza. So, with that being said, I feel like that this episode shouldn't be overlooked to where it has an interesting direction of what they did when it comes to this cliche of the jacket giving you everything due to its power. If the jean jacket ever returns, which I don't think it's possible due to 3 friends having it to themselves, I want to see what could happen with the other characters. But at the same time, that's just mainly the thought of what the characters would go through if they ever have the jacket. Especially since that jacket is probably the good size for Lucy and Ranger Tapes, but when it comes to Num Num and Chloe, they'll basically out of luck, which is probably for the best. I'm giving this episode an 8.5 out of 10.